Oh man, that feels good. That feels good. I haven't had that. I haven't done that in a minute. Your boy looks busted, man. Look at your boy, man. He looks so busted. Look, the cold sore on the lip. You know, it's like the pimple on the. What's up with the skincare, buddy? Like, what's going on with yourself? I had to bake myself just like off rip. I'm like, oh, he looks ugly. I'm like, oh, shield your eyes, like shield your eyes. But well, outside of just me looking how I look, you know. And by the way, I take pride in how I look also as well. You know, I also got to throw that in there. Look, man, we gotta get into all the wrestling news, get into all the fun stuff because, oh man, it's just crazy things are just happening here, not only in AEW but of course WWE as well. I even hit the intro, man. What are we doing? Hello, all, and welcome to the Heel Turn Podcast. I'm your host Isaiah Jackson Jr. Trying to get the word out that we are live right now. Huge shout out to your boy Devin, man. Your boy Devin still coming in clutch. Your boy Devin, of course, will be returning at some point in time. It's just like I said, just a matter of time. And this isn't like me putting pressure on nobody. Like, it isn't nothing like crazy like that. Just saying that your boy, of course, heavy into the wrestling news and definitely wants to get his voice out there as well. Just trying to go on social media to post all the links out. Also, finally got live on Facebook as well. That took a grip. Huge shout out to C Fluid. Good morning, sir. Good morning to you too, brother. Good morning to you too, of course, man. And look, just getting into it real fast. Huge shout out to everybody that followed on Facebook, man, because we're live on Facebook now. And I think that's the best part about this, because I had to do a bunch. I think it was like 14. We needed like 14 more followers to go live on Facebook. And thank goodness, you know, the friends, the homies, everybody, the loved ones, you know, came through and of course got us on. And now we're officially live on Facebook. If you're watching us on Facebook, what's good with you? You know, it's like if you're watching us on Facebook, what's good with you? Of course. And just getting into it as well. I seen Tim King post something as well, but I believe it's it's about the circle of debate. I was like, got a brain fart. But now that we got the word out that we are live, we are active, we are ready to go. Look, man, do you guys got Cody Rhodes fatigue? He's like, I feel like that's gonna be the go-to today here. As I forgot to post on Twitter. We are, all caps, we are live. Jesus Christ, man. And we got to get the Cody Rhodes. We got to get the Cody Rhodes gif out there. Cody Rhodes as well on Twitter. So, of course, the big question. Ooh, huge shout out to General Stavo. What's good, brother? Much love. Missing you in Arizona, big dog. Bro, what's good? Huge shout out to General Stavo. Hey, man, you still hooping? You still hooping, bro? Used to give out work. He used to give straight belt, bro, on the court. Like, and that's no exaggeration. I forgot your friend's name too, but he used to give belt too. Like, I was like, I forgot your friend's name as well, but he used to be straight fire. Like, he looking like Harlem Globetrotters out there. You know, it's just like huge shout out to General Stavo. Hope everything's good with you. Just a huge family man, just a great dude all around. Like, I could gas this man up all day. Like, I nothing but positives about this brother General Stavo here. What's good with you? I hope everything's good with you in Arizona as well. Huge shout out to Prince. What's good, fam? What's good, brother? How is you living? How is you living, my brother? Of course, we bright. Not even bright and early. It's 11 o'clock. You know, it's like 11 o'clock isn't even bright and early, technically. Like, we're finally, of course, got that daylight saving time. I was actually at the radio station, and I was looking at the time. I'm like, 1 to 3? I'm like, this don't make sense here. I'm like, what's 1 to 3? But of course, I had a brain fart. I was like, okay, this makes sense. I'm losing an hour of sleep. But hey, the sun's gonna be out a little bit longer. The weather's gonna be a lot cooler. Got the tank top on, feeling a whole lot better. You know, it's just like life is good. What Future say? Life is good. Life is good. Huge shout out to General Stavo. Not gonna lie, it's just been a minute. We all been working in Dalton. Izzy is too kind. Appreciate the love, man of God. Man, and God bless you, fam, and the family. Man, a huge shout out to General Stavo. Like, man, it's going back to radio days. Like, he's like just going back to 1580. You know, it was like just going back to 1580 and then all the way into, of course, WTSM, and then of course just going out into the court, you know, just going out and hooping. I do regret that we didn't. Next time I'm in town, I'll definitely see if we can get something to eat. You know, definitely see if we can grab some food because I still got family out there in Arizona. So honestly, definitely see if we can grab some food. You know, we hooped. You know, we've texted from time to time. You know, we never sat down and ate. You know, we never sat down and just chilled out. So that's definitely one thing we got to do when we slide. And bring the fam out too. Definitely bring the fam out as well. So huge shout out to General Stavo as well. Huge shout out to Prince. Cody fatigue? No, he's still nah, we ain't finna nah. We got Cody Rhodes fatigue. We gonna get into that. We gonna get into that. Huge shout out to Teamster _ CK, brother. Izzy, what's up, bro? Hope you are well. By the way, B-Dubs is still ass. I gotta tell you something. That's every Thursday. Every Thursday. Like the tradition never went away. Every Thursday is nachos and of course 6 boneless wings. Why? Because I get 12. You know, it's like why I get the BOGO. So it's automatic. But I'm glad that everything's good with you, CK. I'm glad everything is looking amazing out there, and it looks beautiful out there in Arizona. I'm glad that Dillon Brooks has become the savior of the Phoenix Suns. You know, that was the last thing I would have expected. You know, Dillon Brooks being, you know, the pretty much the mob boss in Phoenix, you know, but hey, Dillon Brooks is hooping. I gotta still give love to Devin Booker. They're doing better than my Chicago Bulls. Don't know what the hell they're doing. Like it got so bad, I didn't even look. It got so bad, I didn't even know what was going on at this point. Chicago Bulls, it got exhausting. Huge shout out to CK when you're making a trip back. That's the thing. I have no idea. Like right now, I did have 3 jobs. Right now, I'm at 2. While working at a radio station, I also work with. I'm also RBT. I work with kids with autism. So both jobs, whole lot of fun. So also means I'm just a bit busy as well. So. And plus, of course, going to be on the move at some point in time as well. Still trying to inch my way into Chicago. So it's going to take a minute for me to take a little quick trip back. But when I do, we'll definitely see if we can get something to eat. Definitely see if we can go out and get some grub, bro. I was just saying that with Stavo, man. I was like, we never like sat down. And we did maybe once for the maybe one of the draft parties. But outside of that, like we never just sat down and just chilled. I feel like that's one thing we definitely got to do at some point in time. That's what's up, bro. Huge shout out to CK, man. Appreciate you, man. You and them Phoenix fans gave me hell, bro. You know, you and them Phoenix fans gave me hell. As soon as I heard CK on the text line, I was like, I'm finna get baked, man. But that was the thing. It was all in love. Like, you know, it was all in like that's just sports talk. You know, it's just sports talk. You know, like people are sensitive nowadays. You know, it's like nobody can go bar for bar, and man, CK can keep up with the best of them. You know, it's like CK when it went from like. It was just straight up CK on the text line. I was like, oh, man. I was like, all right, here we go. I pulled my pants up in my seat. I'm like, all right. Had to lean up, crack my neck a little bit. I'm like, man, here goes the bake session, you know, type deal. So I'm glad everybody is doing good. Excuse me. I'm glad everybody is living the best life out there in Arizona as well. Man, I'm glad Arizona ain't changed either. I still be looking at, I'm looking in and out of WTSM TV. I'm looking at Robat TV. I still like to see what, you know, Steve and them and Steve and Chris and them be doing. So, you know, I still get the updates. I still like to see what's going on because, man, I still believe that was one. And now, even though I'm working at these 2 jobs and these 2 jobs are awesome, WTSM TV, top tier, definitely by far one of the greatest jobs I've ever had. Like, they gave you opportunity. They gave you the ability to genuinely fuck up. Like, you know, they genuinely gave you the opportunity to fuck up, learn from that fuck up, and realize, hey, if you do that again, you know, he's like, hey, if you do that again, you know, this is money lost here, or you know, these are careers at stake type of deal. And what I mean by careers at stake, is just like, you know, there's risks, you know, there's consequences, you know, so. I just thought that, you know, WTSM TV, now known as Robat TV, whole lot of fun, top tier. That's not me, you know, trying to suck off or nothing. That's not me, you know, glazing. Dang, where's my sound effects at? I was like, I forgot to add my sound effects. But honestly, like, I can't talk about them highly enough. Like, that was just a top tier job. Man, that's a job I won't forget for sure. But okay, I'm done. I'm done. Me right.
Boing boing.
Okay, cool. Got my sound effects back. Oh man, we're 10 minutes in. I ain't even talk about. I was finna talk about wrestling. I forgot Prince was on my ass about not on my ass, but Prince was talking about Cody And look, man, no, time out, bro. Before we get to Cody, Brooks is underrated, honestly. You right. It's just his antics. You know, he's definitely forming into that Draymond Green, honestly. Like he's forming into that Draymond Green where we're like, man, Draymond Green sucks. Like he has no skill. Like he's on a team that's stacked. And then yet he's winning, 2 Defensive Player of the Year awards. So it's like Dylan Brooks is definitely getting into that Draymond Green. He's forming into that Draymond Green, but obviously he's not Draymond. He's Dylan Brooks. But I gotta give credit where credit is due. He's forming into that like Draymond Green villain role where you can't stand him, you hate to see him succeed, but damn it, he's hooping. It's just like at the end of the day, he's hooping. It's like so you got to give him the credit where credit is due at that point. All that glaze, full Diddy. Hey man, it's full Dizzy. We got to do it. We got to do it. And I got to give a whole lot of glaze to WTSM TV, to Phoenix as well. Got to give it to him honestly. Ooh. Hold on, see Fluid. Who on your ass? It's Sunday morning, sir. See, and that's the thing, man. No, I'm just talking about just back in the day and working at Phoenix, and of course going into just sports and just talking sports. And man, that's because I was talking about Devin Booker and how Devin Booker was just not a top tier player, and I was also being a dickhead about it. I was also kind of, I wasn't trolling because I meant what I said. Like I was genuine. Like I wasn't doing it to get a rise out of people. I genuinely believe, and I still hate on Devin Booker, but I still got to admit that, at the end of the day, Devin Booker's a dog. Like I can't deny that. But there was a point in time where I was just like, no, I'm not going to acknowledge this. Just imagine somebody coming in here just being like, Derrick Rose is just a bum. Like, I would be like, that's crash out worthy. It's like, that's a big crash out worthy. And huge shout out to CK. Why can't WWE utilize Drew correctly? Oh, let's jump right into it. Let's jump right into that. C. Fluid says, LOL, I understand. Yeah, man, it was bad. But it was fun. Definitely top tier. And definitely going to try and do that again in the future as well. But let's jump right into Cody, man. Cody Rhodes just beat Drew McIntyre. And that's the thing about this. Cody Rhodes, of course, now, I believe, 3-time WWE champion. Do you guys got Cody Rhodes fatigue? I got Cody Rhodes fatigue. I am sick of seeing this man at the top. There was a tweet that went viral that was like, man, they say Cody Rhodes is QB1, but he's the only quarterback that I know that don't want to pass the ball. It's just like, how can you be a QB that just don't want to at least advance forward? You ever seen that the game plan with The Rock? He goes how they've been done away with Drew and how they do, and I like Drew's response to it. You can see the ties turn. Heel Cody Rhodes more ways than one. We already talked about Diego Lopez in UFC terms. Like Diego Lopez had 2 title shots. You lost those title shots to Alexander Volkanovski. Yet, even though you're a young guy, you still are a top tier UFC fighter. When are you ever going to get a UFC title fight? Again, you already lost your 2 Roman Reigns. We're going to get into that a little bit later as well, which honestly, that's more promo than that. I feel like there's going to be more promo than match. Honestly, I feel like I don't think that's a hot take at all. Matter of fact, let's get into it now. Let's just jump into it now. Let's just get into it now while we're talking about it. Because Cody Rhodes fatigue is 100% real. Like, sick of seeing Cody Rhodes. What Suge Knight say? All in the videos, all on TV, dancing. It's like we don't gotta see Cody Rhodes 24/7. And then of course him telling us he's the best at this, the best at that. He has to fight because he's stereotypical babyface, this and that. Like we've heard the speech over and over again. Like I said, you're the quarterback, but man, you sure don't want to pass this ball. Like it's like at all. And so even when you could tell that things are getting pretty stale, bars. So it's just like I don't know where this puts Cody Rhodes. Huge shout out to Prince. It's Randy and Cody at Mania, right? Yep, Randy and Cody at Mania, unless they want to shove Drew in there for some weird reason. But I'm hoping that this is over between Drew and Cody. This has to be over between Drew and Cody. And then I hope when Randy takes the title from Cody, that this is over with Cody being in the title picture, at least for the time being, because man, now Cody needs to play this stepping stool role where it's like, all right, you're reaching main event level, but can you beat Cody Rhodes? It's like, can you have a match against Cody Rhodes? It's like, like I'm trying to think who could be putting that to that position. Who could be putting that into that position now? Like if Cody Rhodes does turn heel, as a lot of people are predicting, like an LA Knight. You know, LA Knight, yeah, can you be main event? Let's put you 1v1 against Cody Rhodes. Let's have that match and see, you know, who goes up on top, comes up on top, into that type deal. You know, Cody Rhodes might be the ceiling here, as we talk about with Rhea Ripley, and as you know, when Devin was here, with Liv Morgan. You know, I'm like, yeah, Liv Morgan's cold, but you know, is she Rhea Ripley? Is she Bianca Belair? You know, that was my ceiling. You know, I'm like, yeah, that's cool. Alexa Bliss is cool, but can she beat Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley? You know, that's gonna be my ceiling. You know, at least for the men's roster. Yeah, you're cold, but are you gonna be able to put over the big guy Cody Rhodes? You know, like a Jey Uso. You know, yeah, Jey Uso. Do you want to break the narrative that you can't wrestle, that you're just all intro, that you're just all entrance? Go up against Cody Rhodes. Go up against main event Cody Rhodes, and see if we can get you over there. But jumping into CM Punk and Roman, I mean, I don't think that's a hot take. Like, I definitely feel like CM Punk and Cody Rhodes. I definitely think that CM Punk and Roman Reigns is definitely just going to be all promo and just a garbage match. Like, honestly, like, and I shouldn't say a garbage match. Like, I think it's going to be an awesome, like, everything is going to be awesome. The build up to Roman and CM Punk is going to be top tier. But once you get to that match, this is going to be complete garbage, hot dog of water. And like, it's going to be nice. I think I said this in the Circle of Debate chat. I fully believe that CM Punk and Roman Reigns are going to be it's going to be a nice build up for a nice, maybe 2-star match. You know, it's like a nice build up for a 2-star match, honestly. A huge shout out to C Fluid. WWE loves them white meat baby faces. Yeah, they do. You know, you seen Carmelo Hayes kind of turning it around. You know, him being a little white meat, him being a little basic, honestly. You know, Ilya Dragunov, you know, they kind of took the bark out of the dog a little bit, you know, and not in the ring. You know, in the ring, he still is dominant. He's still a dominant force, still a dog. But at the end of the day, when you get to their promos, there's no substance. You know, they're not talking about nothing. You know, it's like they're not talking about nothing. And man, like, and that kills me because we talked about this before. And I know I'm bouncing back and forth, but I think let's be honest, that it is what it is. CM Punk is old. Like, you know, CM Punk is old. CM Punk is broken down. We already talked about that before. We already had, I think C Fluid got me in trouble on TikTok. He didn't get me in trouble on TikTok, but there was a couple of CM Punk fans that disagreed that CM Punk matches have been slow as of late, which C Fluid wasn't wrong. Like, you know, it's like he wasn't wrong at all. Like, CM Punk matches are definitely been slow as of late. 2-star. Oh, what, you giving it a lower star? You giving it a lower star rating than that, Prince? Because I fully believe that CM Punk and Roman Reigns 2-star match, easily 2-star match. I don't see it being no higher than a 3-star unless they start doing some Cody Rhodes, John Cena foolishness, you know, like they did in WrestleMania last year. Outside of that, man, I don't see 2-star match. You know, it's like 2-star. Roman Reigns is just pretty much he wrestles like a 2014, 2015 Randy Orton, all rest holds. Like, let's be honest here. Like, Roman Reigns is all rest holds and finishers at this point in time. That's my thought process. He's rest holds and finishers. CM Punk old, like his CM Punk old and injured. 2-star match. 2-star match. That's what I'm giving it. Prince, you giving it anything lower? You giving it anything lower than a 2-star match? Because that's how I'm seeing it. I'm still hyped for it. Don't get me wrong. I'm hyped for it. I'm gassed. Yes, it has to be WrestleMania night 2. Yes, I'm gonna be in front of my TV screen like it's like Barack taking on the Undertaker at WrestleMania 30 back in the day. Like, I'm gonna be eating this whole thing up. But at the end of the day, 2-star match. Like, 2-star match off rip. Huge shout out to C Fluid. Roman should have took off on Punk after talking about his father. Bro, I can't believe that's why I wish I had my boy Devin here, because Devin's guy, Devin's OG Roman, because Devin would like, we can't get it twisted here. You shout out to C Fluid. Then if I was Roman, I would have went in on Larry. Bro, you got to go in on Larry, because that would have been the first thing I would have said. The first thing I would have went at was, yeah, I'm sorry, Roman. I'm sorry, Punk. You wanna talk about my father, but how's your dog doing? You know, it's just like how. Wait, it's just like how you want to talk about my dad. You want to talk about parents, but let's talk about pets. You know, it's like let's talk about pets here, CM Punk. You know, it's like let's get to the animals. You know, it's like, let's talk about, let's get to the animals. You know, it's like, let's talk about, let's get to the animals. You know, it's like, let's talk about, let's get to the animals. You know, it's like, let's talk about pets. You know, it's like let's talk about pets here, CM Punk. You know, it's like let's talk about pets. You know, it's like let's talk about pets here, CM Punk. You know, it's like let's talk about pets. You know, it's like let's talk about pets here, CM Punk. You know, it's like let's talk about pets. You know, it's like let's talk about pets here, CM Punk. You know, it's like let's talk about pets. You know, it's like let's talk about pets here, CM Punk. You know, it's like let's talk about pets. You know, it's like let's talk about pets here, CM Punk. You know, it's like let's talk about pets. You know, it's like let's talk about pets here, CM Punk. You know, it's like let's talk about pets. You know, it's like let's talk about pets here, CM Punk. You know, it's like let's talk about pets. You know, it's like let's talk about pets here, CM Punk. You know I don't think you want to get into that Pepsi Phil. You know, it's like I don't want to. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm done. No, that's crazy. That's crazy. But um, honestly, Devin left at the worst time. Devin got busy at the worst time possible. Because trust me, Devin. Of course, we will see him at some point in time. Trust me, sooner rather than later. I think as well. And more so graphics and more because I'm thinking about revamping everything as well after WrestleMania. It's gonna look totally different. I think uh when after Mania. But man, honestly, Roman Reigns just sat there and ate it. Roman Reigns just sat there like we get to sit here and watch Roman Reigns get verbally eviscerated like he did back in what was that 2015, 2016 against John Cena. It's called a promo, big dog. You know, if you want to be the big dog, like oh my goodness, we get to watch Roman Reigns just get absolutely smacked. And that's one thing that I'm looking forward to. Huge shout out to Prince, solid 3 stars. Nah, I don't see it being 3 stars. A 3-star match. You see CM Punk and Roman Reigns putting on a solid 3-star match at Mania. I don't think a 2-star match is bad. I think a 2-star match is just, it's just good. I don't, it's not, they didn't do anything crazy. It was just a slow burn. It's just like it was a slow match that took its time. It had its paces. Of course, we're gonna get some huge highlights at the tail end of the match, but at the end of the day, it's just like, oh, okay. But now, unless it's like cinematic, like it was with the CM Punk and CM Punk, like it was with Cody Rhodes and Roman, like it was because Cody Rhodes, okay, you could carry that mug, like Cody Rhodes, you could carry it. I got you. I ain't worried about it, Cody Rhodes, but then you start getting into the Roman Reigns, who definitely takes his time in his matches. Like I said, he wrestles like Randy Orton. It's like 2014, 2015 Randy Orton. All rest holds. It's just like he wrestles like Randy Orton back in the day. All rest holds and then finishers. Like, oh, don't do that. Don't do that. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I had to go to the. I was gonna go to my next chat. Huge shout out to C Fluid, but Prince just said something. Just I can't think of a word for it. My brain just malfunctioned. 2 stars is Eva Marie. Eva Marie is nowhere near 2 stars. 2 stars is Eva Marie. I wouldn't even think to give Eva Marie a star rating at all. Eva Marie, she did slice bread. Her finishing move, slice bread, she did that pretty good. Huge shout out to Brian Kendrick. But outside of that, Eva Marie was hot dog wall. No, actually, where's John Cena at? John Cena can help me with this. What was she? Ass. That was just straight ass, man. 100%. Like Eva Marie is not 2 stars. Like 2 stars is Nia Jax. Like it's a Nia Jax match. I'm like, come on now. Like, we gotta. Prince, how could you? Prince, how could you? Huge shout out to C Fluid. If CM Punk was wrestling in the 1980s, he would be phenomenal. He'd be a dog, man. They wouldn't even know. Like they be talking him up like Bret Hart. They be talking him up like he was like Bret Hart, but just from Chicago. It's just a little ghetto with it. Huge shout out to CK. Punk's promo was weak. He said all those things in the first promo except the dad comment. And yes, that's the thing. I think you brought up a really great point there. This is going to end up like a. You guys remember Floyd Mayweather taking on Conor McGregor? The build up to that, like when they first started joining back and forth with each other, like Conor McGregor, you can't even read. It's just like you over here talking to me. You can't read. I don't have my accents are awful. It's like my impressions suck. So it's just like he's going off about how he can't read. He's talking about how he sucks. He's short. He can't do anything in life. He's a crackhead. Like he's going off about everything. He's going off about everything on Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather comes out and says, man, Conor McGregor tapped out before. He's lost before. He's a quitter. You guys are rooting for a quitter. And I was like, what? I don't even know how old I was when this is, but I can remember this vividly. He was like, you guys are rooting for a quitter. And then, of course, the next press conference show up. Then the next press conference happens. And the next press conference happens. It is all leading up to them saying, it's all going back to them saying and repeating the same old thing. Yes, we get it. Floyd Mayweather can't read. Yes, we get it. Conor McGregor quit before. Yes. He's right at the CK. Conor McGregor turned Russian. Yeah, I'm sorry. Look, my impressions are whack. I'm sorry. it was rough. It was a rough one, man. It was a rough one. He said Conor McGregor turned Russian. Yeah, that was a bad one. That was a bad one. We're gonna erase that from the files. We're gonna erase that one from the files. But even then, like you seen Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather, the first press conference they were going back and forth, like it was like explosive. You couldn't believe what they were saying to each other. Then the next press conference happens, and the next press conference, and then it's just like, all right, we get it. We get it. You can't read. It's just like we get it, brother. Like, so even just going off on that, that's where it's going to be with CM Punk and Roman Reigns. It's going to be a whole lot of CM Punk going off. Yeah, Roman Reigns, you don't show up. You don't, it's just like Roman Reigns don't show up. Roman Reigns don't be here 24/7, even though he promised that he would be. That's what I've been doing. And then of course Roman's gonna go back. Yeah, you're old. I got beef with you because you looked over me back in the day, and then you were expecting me to team up with you. It's just like, and now I'm the big dog. It's just like, and now, we know what the back and forth is gonna be, and it's going to be repetitive. But at the end of the day, Prince is going to lead to a 2-star match. At the end of the day, it's leading to a 2-star match. And I'm standing on that. Huge shout out to C Fluid. Need to have Becky stop jobbing to the worst AJ of all time, Lee. Excuse me? Oh, we're gonna get back to that. We're gonna get back to that real fast. We're gonna get back to that one. Huge shout out to C Fluid. He also says, last thing about Punk, but what's up with the John Travolta hairstyle? Look, he's out. Look, he's got to be losing his hair, right? He's got to be either losing his hair or thinning, right? Like, you gotta be. You gotta be at this point. He's kind of trying to. He's gonna be having that John Cena look in a minute. He's gonna start having that John Cena look after a while. Huge shout out to Prince. 1 star. May Young match. 2-star. Eva Marie. Bro, stop it. Stop it. Stop gaslighting me. You're just like, stop it. You're not gonna do this. I'm sorry. A 2-star match. I'm not finna give Eva Marie the satisfaction of giving her a 2-star match. I'm not doing it. Eva Marie is not 2-star match worthy. Like, okay, let's go even worse. If anybody could believe that there was worse than Eva Marie, there was. The other part of the Funkadactyls, it was Naomi, and it wasn't Carmen. Oh my goodness, what was her name? I know her name's like Ariana now, but oh my goodness, I forgot her wrestling name for real. But it was Cameron. Yeah, it was Cameron. Okay, Cameron. What's it called? Huge shout out to Cameron. But she was worse. It's like she was worse than Eva Marie. She hit the split on somebody that was laying on their back. She hit the splits on someone's back and told the referee to count. Like, sister, that's not how wrestling works. That's not how wrestling works, lady. Is there a picture of this? Cameron, WWE Diva pin. Like, come on, you guys know what I'm talking about here. I think you guys know what I'm talking about. Like, this lady was, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful because she's doing something else. She's doing something else with her life in terms of her profession, and we definitely love and root for her with what she's doing in her life. But Jesus Christ, I was like, that's not how wrestling works, lady. Pin. Come on, you gotta have it. Cool. Yes, there it goes. Come on, you gotta give it to me. You got it. Yes. We're here. This is worse. You want to talk about Eva Marie? We want to talk about Cameron. She told the referee to pin. See, here goes the ad. She told the referee to look at that. Cameron's botched pinfall. How is the referee? What does the referee do here? What is the referee supposed to do here? If I'm the sister. Like, if we want to talk about this is worse, you want to talk about Eva Marie? This is like the same. Like, it's not ratings worthy. And I'm putting that up there with Eva Marie as well. Eva Marie is not ratings worthy. Cameron is worse. Cameron is worse. And I would at least try to think about giving her 1 star. I would at least think about giving her 1 star. We not gonna do this. Come on now, brother. We not gonna. That's what I'm saying. Am I getting gaslit here? It's like I'm gonna. What list was this? Tim Divas who were never relevant in the company. Dang. And this was in 2022. Let's take a peek at this real fast while we're on it. Oksana, remember her? She was the one that she bust Naomi's eye like real bad. She like kneed Naomi in the eye, like broke her orbital bone. That was nasty. And Naomi finished the match. Like on some swole woman, or some swole gal type thing. And let me see. You got Cameron, Prince. Oh my God, Prince. I hope you. Every time we go back to star ratings, every time we go back to star ratings and just talking about stuff like this, this is what we go back to. This is what we go back to. Cherry. I never seen Cherry. Katie Lee Burchill. I think she passed away, but I could be wrong. I don't want to put that out there. Huge shout out to Karma. Love me some Karma. Awesome Kong. Maxine, don't know much about Maxine, don't know much about Amy Weber, don't know much about Joy, don't know much about Ariel. And I do know someone else. I do know something about Rosa Mendez. You know, I do know about little Total Divas Rosa Mendez. You know, but huge shout out. That was just. I'm sorry. That was. I gotta go back to the text line because that was. I felt like I was getting gaslit there. Huge shout out to General Stavo. Not gonna lie, slowly getting back into WWE has been a long time. I like this Penta guy, IC champ. Oh, Penta's amazing. Penta's absolutely amazing. And I think you would really love Dominic Mysterio. Like Dominic Mysterio, like calling his dad a deadbeat, like just pretty much saying he'll never be like his dad. He's pretty much just saying, like, hey man, but I forgot what promo it was. It was like a couple weeks, it was like literally a month ago, where Rey Mysterio said that you'll never be anything like Eddie Guerrero. And Dominic Mysterio was like, don't you talk about my father like that. Like, come on. This is top tier. You know, it's just like top tier heel work from Dominic Mysterio. Like, I think you would love Dominic Mysterio and what Penta and what Dominic Mysterio are going to do, at least together, in terms of their back and forth, if they continue to go back and forth. Huge shout out to CK. Mae Young can take a powerbomb better than most. Oh, man. Better than most through tables. She was taking bumps better than any other women's wrestlers that was like our age. You know, it's just like, and she was doing that at like 80 plus. So, and of course, huge shout out to the pregnancy. She also could take. Should I make this joke? Screw it, I'm gonna make this joke. You know, for her age, to be a handler of the BBC is just, you know, it's unreal. Absolutely unreal. Absolutely unreal. Just have to throw that out there. You know, just throw it out there. Lucha Underground, who shout out to General Stavo. He said, seeing Penta and Lucha Underground and mess with dude there too. Yeah. Man, who did Penta fight? Was that? And I always talk about this because this is the only match that I saw. Was it Chelsea Green or was it Io Shirai? But they were beating the dog crap out of each other. Like, it was a back and forth. Like, it was absolutely crazy. Who shout out to C Fluid? Who was worse, Cameron, Eva Marie, or Jackie? Man, I do like what we talking Jackie like Jacqueline? Because I did like Jacqueline, but Cameron was worse. Look, you can't get that pin. At least Eva Marie knew how to pin her opponents. Like, I gotta give her at least that. Like, that's crazy. You shout out to General Stavo, Rhea Ripley. I like female characters. She fire. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, Rhea Ripley is a dog, man. She's like top tier. And Jade Cargill, like, this is gonna be her ultimate test, like to see if she could really go in WWE. Like, this is her ultimate test. You shout out to Prince. Where would you rate Khali? Like the Great Khali? It's like the Great Khali. Oh man, the Great Khali. I don't know. Like, what do you mean by rank by the Great Khali? Because I don't think he's. I mean, he's in the Hall of Fame, but you know, he scared the mess out of me when I was a kid, so he did his job. You know, it's like he did his job. I got to give him that. I remember vividly, and I don't know if my parents remember this either, but I remember vividly watching him squished Rey Mysterio's head, and then Rey Mysterio's mouth started bleeding. And I just remember slowly like turning to my mom, like, is my hero dead? Like, is my hero just like dead right? I was absolutely, I forgot how old I was, but I was terrified. I just remember going to school like, did y'all see Rey Mysterio just die in the middle of the ring? Like, it was bad. It was bad. Shout out to General Stavo. I still remember Charlie Haas. Charlie Haas, an absolute dog of a wrestler. Him and Shelton Benjamin go down as one of the greatest tag teams, I think. And by one of, that's not ranking them, obviously. But you like in terms of like, if you want to say like top 20, hell, even maybe top 10, top 10 in terms of my generation. Let's put my generation, because I don't want to put, Fabulous Freebirds, and then you got, Rock and Roll Express, going back in the day, the Dudley Boys, things of that nature. But in terms of like Ruthless, oh man, they go down as one of the best, of all time in that era. You gotta give it to them. Dom is cool for sure. Oh man, Dominic Mysterio is an absolute dog. Huge shout out to CK. I like Dom's heel character. Dom has just been hitting on all cylinders. I really hope they put Dominic Mysterio against Finn Balor, even though I wanted it to be for the title. It just sucks. It just sucks that they don't get to fight that out even after Finn lost his opportunity to fight for the title at fight and win the title at Elimination Chamber. It sucks that he can't fight for a title at Mania against Dominic Mysterio. Even after Dominic Mysterio, look, this is long-term storytelling. Didn't Dominic Mysterio pin Finn Balor at Mania to win the Intercontinental title to begin with? So like, WWE are dropping the ball here. Like, come on, writer room. Like, the writer team needs to get their stuff together, bro. Like, hey, call me. He's like, I got y'all. Huge shout out to C Fluid. The Great Khali is the Indiana Pacers of the NBA. I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. And that's one thing I love to talk about my friends, because my friends love to be like, oh, well, Isaiah, you were born in 1998. You weren't even live to see Michael Jordan bring those championships over to Chicago. And I'm like, yeah, that's true, but the Indiana Pacers never brought a championship to Indiana. You want to know what's crazier than that? The last time y'all brought a title over, the last time they brought a championship over was, let me see, let me do the calculations. Carry the one was in the ABA. It was in the ABA, not the NBA. What? Indiana Pacers. Look, come on now, we gotta do our homework. I'll be looking at the banners. I'm like, what? Not seeing anything NBA. Okay, you got to the finals. That's cool, but did you win it? But that's what I will give the Indiana Pacers a whole lot of credit. Because I was drawing with my friends heavily when they were on the rise, when they were going up against when they got to the finals to go up against OKC. I was going back and forth. I was like, if they bring this championship to Indiana, I am going to be livid. I'm going to be pissed. Like, this can't happen. This is like my worst nightmare. This is worse than 2016 when the Cubs brought it to Chicago. Like, and I tore up my apartment. Not my apartment. I was a dorm. I tore up my side of the dorm because I was sharing the dorm. But I was hot. I was pissed when the Cubs won. But because it was a comeback win too, I believe. But nothing just completely took the air out of the room. Then when Tyrese Halliburton went down within like the first 2-3 minutes in the first quarter, and then you just see all the emotion in his face, and you're just like, bro, this is game 7, man. Like I wanted the Indiana Pacers to lose. I wanted the Indiana Pacers to get the hearts ripped out, but not like that, bro. Like I texted my friends. I was like, y'all won't hear slander from me like the rest of this day. Like that's tough. Like it's just like, yeah. So when the Indiana Pacers, with Indiana fans usually say like they have bad luck, I can't even like dispute it anymore. I can't even like debate it anymore, because like Andrew Luck, he's on the rise. He retires early. You think you have a nice young QB, with Anthony Richardson. He can't stay healthy. Daniel Jones lights up the NFL. He goes down with the quickness. You got to bring me, like, brother. Like, y'all need to, like, it's tough, man. It's tough being an Indiana fan. That's why I'm glad I'm not one. Okay, I'm sorry. We got to get back into wrestling. I'm sorry. I'm having too much fun here. I love you guys. And a lot of you guys I haven't talked to in a minute. And that's because I suck at texting. I really do suck at texting. And I do go back and forth to jobs as well. Hell, I got to go to work in an hour and a half anyway. I got to go to work in an hour and a half as well. So, sometimes I'm just on the move and I lose track of time and I'm just trying to pretty much stay on the groove. But and since you guys are here, I can tell you guys off rip, I love you guys. It's like I love you guys and appreciate you guys more than you know. Like more than you know. Even though you don't hear from me, even though I might suck at texting, even though I might disappear, I love you. Everybody. I just gotta let that, throw that out there. Huge shout out to General Stavo. And I'm on Facebook as well. So family members, I love y'all. It's like I love y'all if y'all watching this. And I cuss a lot, so get used to it. It's like I cuss a lot, so you gotta get used to it. That's what's happening here. Huge shout out to General Stavo. IDK what Logan Paul's on, the weird dude. Look, man, Logan Paul, he's an awful human being. Like he's literally a scumbag. Like there's nothing positive you can say about Logan Paul. Literally nothing positive you can say about Logan Paul. The dude's just an absolute dumpster fire of a human being. But damn it, can he wrestle? He can wrestle his ass off. Like, and I love it. I love when Logan Paul wrestles. But everything else outside of that, I don't care for. I use like everything else. I could care less about. It's like Logan Paul can go. I could care less for it. AI is writing WWE. Yeah, especially now that Road Dogg is gone. Especially now that Road Dogg had to leave. And Road Dogg was actually one of the people that were vouching for Chelsea Green. We're actually going to talk about Chelsea Green in a little bit too. But now that Road Dogg is gone, he was one of the guys vouching for Chelsea Green, vouching for, a lot of the younger talent. And it doesn't look like WWE is going that route. It looks like we have another head writer and doesn't look like I don't even think she has any, I shouldn't say this without doing any research, but I don't think she has any, I don't think she has any WWE like wrestling experience. So I don't want to say that, just confidently like, oh, well, she's here and she has no wrestling experience. I can't believe that, it's just like, but I definitely want to hold on without saying that without doing some research first. But let's see. Last month, it revealed that Road Dogg, replacing Road Dogg as a key figure. Oh, it was reported that Ryan Ward will be beginning overseeing creative figures for both SmackDown and Raw, replacing Road Dogg. Last night, writer Alexandria Williams took to her LinkedIn page where she revealed that she has now been promoted as VP and head writer of WWE Raw. Ew. Let me see. Oh, okay. She has a, and I'm lagging because this website's lagging too on me. So it's also saying that as VP and lead writer for WWE's flagship live program, I oversee all creative development for Monday Night Raw. In partnership with talent, producers, and brand leadership, I've contributed to record-setting live event attendance and record growth. Held position Raw as the cornerstone and WWE's content ecosystem under the TKO umbrella. I don't like this. I don't like this. Let me get out of this before I start lagging even more. Okay, there it goes. Huge shout out to Prince. Man, I saw a video of Jordan and Pippen getting cooked by Craig Elo. I ain't trying to hear old heads talk about James Harden wouldn't cook them in the 90s. Man, old heads will get flamed. You like, we're not finna act like Allen Iverson didn't cross up MJ. Like, we're not finna act like that didn't happen. Like, that was new school. That was the transition. Like, that was the transition. And I think, and honestly, a lot of people might underlook this, but I think an underlining moment in Kobe's career was when, I think this was Andrew Wiggins' rookie year. Andrew Wiggins' sophomore year. He hit a fade. He hit like a step back fade on Kobe, and Kobe walked up on him and said, "Where'd you learn that from?" And Andrew Wiggins goes, "I learned that from you." Literally, like, not obviously never teammates, like, but that's obviously like, you see, like, the tides are changing. I think another moment, Kevin Durant and Anthony Davis, Kevin Durant and Anthony Edwards, when Anthony Edwards hit that shot over Kevin Durant, and he was like, "Yeah, what you on? Oh, I ain't finna say all the others," but he was like, I told you," and he's like beating at his chest, like, that's the tide, that's the shift. The tide's changing. And I was actually at the game, not previously. I was at the game. I was at one of the games. I don't know if it was prior or I don't know if it was before or afterwards. I was at the game where Anthony Edwards did the DX chop. That's the game I was at. That's the game I covered because I didn't know what happened until we were in the room waiting for coach, and we go on Twitter and you see Anthony Edwards just sitting there. I'm like, what is this? I was like, y'all see this? Like, did you guys see this? Like, but oh man, Anthony Edwards he was on an evil run, just a diabolical run. Huge shout out to General Stavo, man. I feel that. And damn, Izzy, all love, man. I might mess around and fly to you. I'm not gonna lie. Look, bro, I'm in Indiana, but Chicago is just literally 20 minutes away. You want to we can get a spot out in Chicago and just vibe out for a little bit, bro. On everything. Huge shout out. I don't care what your situation is out there, but I might fuck around and fly out there, bro. Say the word. Just say the word. Let me know, bro. We could definitely set something out. We could definitely work something out, bro. And I think you would love. I don't know if you've ever been to Chicago. I don't know if you. I don't know your travel. I don't know if you're a huge traveling guy, but man, Chicago's beautiful. I love me some Chicago. And of course, I've met this beautiful person. And she's been taking me out everywhere. She's been showing me a lot. The Laugh, of course, the Laugh Factory, like the AMC Theater, like it's just the whole 9 yards. Like she's been blessing me in more ways than one. So I've been seeing a whole lot of Chicago. And so so if you want to slide out to Chicago, vibe out, chill out, enjoy yourself, man, we could definitely go out here and have ourselves a top tier time, bro. Oh, just off rip. And my friends are just like me too. So even if I have a couple guys around, they love sports as well. They're not Devin Booker haters, and they're not Phoenix Suns haters, and some of them play ball too. So definitely, if you tell you, we can have ourselves a fun time, a guys time, guys night out, or guys trip. Pause. You know, I'm gonna stop right there. I'm gonna stop right there before it gets weird. He's like, I'm gonna stop right there. Before it gets weird. Boing boing. Well, what's it called? Damn, what were we even getting at? What was the last conversation we had? Before, because I remember talking about Dominic Mysterio. Let's talk about Chelsea Green. Let's get into Chelsea Green for the time being, because I think that'll be the last thing on the list. I was gonna talk about Jade Cargill and Rhea Ripley, but they ain't talk about nothing. But I brought this up before. Before I get into Chelsea Green, I'll talk about this, and I'll get into Chelsea Green, then I'll be done. But one thing that really stands out to me the most, and I've talked about this before, but man, like Monday Night Raw used to be where the storylines were at, and SmackDown was where the wrestling was at. Like, it was so fun. It was refreshing. You got your drama, at least growing up. I'm talking about in terms of when I was growing up. On Monday Night Raw, you got your drama. You got Edge with Lita. Then there's Matt Hardy into the picture. And then you got John Cena and Edge going back and forth. And then, of course, you got Triple H and Randy Orton going back. It's just like craziness happening all around. Then, of course, you go on SmackDown. SmackDown was where the wrestling was, where the action was taking place. You're going to go on one-on-one with The Undertaker. Now you got Rey Mysterio into the picture. Eddie Guerrero, God rest his soul. You're seeing top hitters. I ain't going to mention one guy's name. I was going to say one guy, buddy, but I could be honest, like Chris Benoit. Chris Benoit was a heavy feature on SmackDown. Him beat the clock for the U.S. champion. Now, granted, I'm not glorifying the man. I'm talking about what he did in wrestling. But let's be honest, the time to beat when he was beating down Orlando Jordan in less than 3 minutes. Like, I'm talking about, these are SmackDown highlights. Like, these are top tier wrestlers and top tier moments in SmackDown and Raw. Because in Raw, you got the drama. SmackDown, you got the action. You got the fighting, of course. But nowadays, it seems like they're trying to combine them into one. And Raw, you still get your drama. You still get heavy amount of fighting. But on SmackDown, it's so watered down. And SmackDown it seems like it's a drag to get to. And I don't know why that is. And I think that goes back to the white meat baby faces. Everything just seems so stale. And that's crazy. When did SmackDown seem so stale? And that hurts to say, because SmackDown used to always be my go-to. Like Raw, yeah, you got your drama. It was fun. It was exciting. But SmackDown was high intensity, high velocity. I wanted to see the Los Guerreros. I got that on SmackDown. I wanted to see Batista and Rey Mysterio. I got that on SmackDown. You know, it's like I wanted to see Eminem. I wanted to see Eminem. You guys remember Eminem? I'm not talking just the tag team division. You know, it's just like I got that on SmackDown. And so you're not getting that at all. You know, it's like just bring it into short. You're not getting that at all nowadays. Nowadays, everything is so watered down, and you're seeing the same 5 people. Of course, you're going to get Cody Rhodes. You know, of course, you're going to get Drew McIntyre. Yeah, unfortunately, you might see Sami Zayn. You know, it's just like, because I'm getting sick of Sami. I'm getting just as sick as I am of Cody Rhodes. I'm sick of Sami Zayn as equally. You know, it's just like they both are getting on my absolute last nerves. And so, I mean, with that being said, like, what's happening? Is SmackDown stale to you? You know, it's SmackDown a little stale? Like, it's because right now I feel like Raw, Raw is just so commercial. You know, it's like Raw is just so commercial. You know what you're getting out of Raw. And sometimes you're going to get your high moments. You're going to get your, you know, dramatic moments. But at the end of the day, you know, Raw is, of course, is going to be the golden goose. But SmackDown, it seems like they're treating SmackDown like the little brother at this point in time. It doesn't have that same impact and high velocity, and it's not as fun. I don't think it's as fun as it used to be. See, look at that. Huge shout out to Prince, Booker T, Big Show, John Cena, Renee Dupree, Kenzo Suzuki. That was the U.S. title scene. That was the U.S. title scene. Like, we're not talking about the main, just imagine what the main card was. Look, that was the U.S. title scene. Like, that is sick. You know, and then, of course, you had the main card. You had Kurt Angle. And then you had Brock Lesnar. Of course, you had the Undertaker coming in and out. But guys just making their way, of course, into main card stardom. Because, of course, Stone Cold was withering away. The Rock was going into Hollywood. You know, you weren't seeing your go-to guys anymore. But Kurt Angle putting in work. Brock Lesnar putting in work for the time that he was there. You know, like, these are heavy hitters. And that's the thing. SmackDown matches are dragging due to trying to fill up 3 hours. Yeah, I agree with that. I was over the moon when Monday Night Raw was going to be 3 hours. I was like, man, this is life-changing. My life is going to change for the better. And honestly, I still love it. 2.5 hours, I ain't going to complain about. Like, 2.5 hours, I love it. I love that just as much. But honestly, like, when looking at how everything is being played out for SmackDown now, it just seems like everything is just dragging out. Like, of course, Monday Night Raw, like I said, it's commercial. You're going to get everything that's, you know, flashy lights, high volume, high impact matches, big moments on Monday Night Raw. It's not going to be that heavy, you know, on SmackDown. And that sucks. They're treating SmackDown like the little brother. And I just think that's so dirty and grimy. Bring back the old SmackDown. That's what I want. Bring back the old SmackDown. Top tier work. Ooh, huge shout out to Prince. That was the JBL era. You know what was crazy? I had this conversation with Devin. And please tell me if you agree or not. The JBL era, growing up, I thought was so boring. I thought JBL was just a boring character. I thought JBL was just the worst of the worst. I couldn't stand him, of course, because he was and I was young, so I obviously I wasn't smart to anything. I'm still not smart to anything because I'm not in the business, obviously, but I didn't know anything at the time. So, you know, looking at JBL growing up, I was like, man, why is he still on my TV screen? Like, you know, I was just like, what good does he bring to wrestling? He's awful. He's a racist. You know, I'm just like, this man is the worst of the worst. And yet, as a grown man at 27, now knowing, you know, everything, not knowing everything, but knowing what I know now about watching wrestling for the past, 24, 5 years, JBL was kind of nice. You know, it's like JBL was kind of a cool gimmick. You know, like JBL was actually kind of a pretty cool character. I got to give it to him. Like, and by a pretty cool, like, you know, even though I said he was racist, you know, like, but what I mean by pretty cool is like he was interesting. You know, there was a reason to hate him. You know, I understand now. You know, it's like in terms of a lethal shooter, I understand it now. You know, it's just like he did everything it's just a masterclass. It was his masterclass heel work. And that's exactly what JBL was. And of course, everything that I thought he did hurt. I thought his power bomb was stiff. I thought his power bomb hurt. I thought his clothesline was stiff. I thought his clothesline hurt. You know, it looked like it hurt at least. I never had it. But, you know, every move that JBL put out there looked like it hurt. So it's like I got to give it to JBL. The power bomb was rough. It looked like it pretty much took your neck out, just like the clothesline. So honestly, you got to give it to JBL. I thought at first growing up, I thought the JBL era was rough. I was like, man, this is boring. What am I doing? Watching wrestling. JBL's on my screen, beating up Eddie Guerrero. What's going on? Now, man, looking back at it, I'm like, JBL was doing his job, man. JBL was doing that damn thing. Huge shout out to Prince. JBL wanted to deport Eddie Guerrero. And let me tell you something. It was funny. Like that was pretty crazy. It was pretty crazy. That was a crazy moment. Now, here's the difference. JBL was being racist to Eddie Guerrero, and Eddie Guerrero ended up winning and beating JBL. Now, of course, JBL ended up winning. I believe he ended up winning the title back. No, Eddie Guerrero won it from Brock, and JBL won it from Eddie. But yeah, so Eddie should have won. You know, Eddie definitely should have. Well, Eddie was supposed to win the title back, I think, against Batista, but he ended up passing away, unfortunately. But yeah, Eddie should have beat JBL. I feel like in wrestling, racism shouldn't get you over. I feel like at that point in time, if you're going to be racist, if you're going to play the racism card, you got to lose. Like at that point in time, like you got the shock value. We get it. You're a horrible heel. You're a disgusting heel. You got to lose. Because I was going to bring the JBL Eddie feud and compare it to Triple H and Booker T. You know, because of course Triple H was just like, you know, you don't have the look to be a champion. You know, he's giving him $1, you know, when he walks into the bathroom, you know, just being blatantly racist to Booker T. JBL literally chasing Mexicans off the board, chasing Mexicans to the board, chasing Mexicans off the border type deal, and trying to deport Eddie Guerrero. Like, and yet they still win these feuds. Like, come on now, we gotta do a little bit better. Like, we got just do a little bit better. WWE. But on the flip side, I forgot where I was even. Yeah, JBL, the JBL era. Even though growing up I thought it was rough, I've grown to appreciate it now, honestly. But even with that, Chelsea Green. I was gonna talk about Chelsea Green, then I'll be done. Okay, Chelsea Green. I was the biggest hater of Chelsea Green. I thought Chelsea Green was whack. I thought she couldn't wrestle. I thought she was a scrub. I felt the same way Michael Hayes did, honestly. Like, there's no way she's gonna get over. But then you look at the work she does, you know. Then you see the matches she puts together. And by matches she puts together, I'm talking like in terms of what she does in the match and like the work she puts in the matches. She's a great talent. You know, she's a great talent to have, and a great talent that you can put over whenever whatever it needs be. And so for a lot of people in WWE to realize, to pretty much come out and vocally say, you know, that there is a glass ceiling to her and pretty much to LA Knight, you know, pretty much showing LA Knight. And I feel like we've kind of exposed that as well, you know, in terms of, yeah, LA Knight kind of is in that Dolph Ziggler territory. Chelsea Green, I won't necessarily she's like that. She's definitely in a position where she's just not getting over and not being put in a position to look good, you know, positively in any way, shape, or form outside of, you know, winning the US title. But, you know, the Secret Service and her getting over, it's been great work. You know, it's been great work. At first, I was down on it. At first, I was sour. I was like, man, Chelsea Green, I just don't see the hype. I do now. You know, it's like I do now. Chelsea Green won me over. Just like how Danhausen won these fans over, Chelsea Green has definitely won me over. And I think the disrespect inside of because the disrespect outside of the WWE, I don't think is anywhere to be found outside of the haters. You know, which I was. I got out of my hating ways. But get at it right now. There's a Chelsea Green. And with Road Dogg being like she's going to be being put in a better position in any way, shape, or form. I wouldn't be shocked if I ain't going to say that. I ain't going to put that into the ether. Because that's really somebody's job. So I'm not going to say that. But that was it. That was it for the Heel Turn podcast. Look, that was it, man. I appreciate you guys for joining. I wasn't even supposed to be on for an hour. Yet y'all had me on for an hour, and I loved every second of it because I haven't heard from y'all in a minute either, and y'all haven't heard from me in a minute either. And so it's just a blessing to hear back from you guys. And I'm talking about CK. Let me just go back onto the chat. Huge shout out to the Prince, of course, the C Fluid, of course, the General Stavo, the legend himself, CK, of course, the GOAT. CK just a legend a legend in Arizona and all around as well. You just got to give a whole lot of love to these guys that came through, stuck around, and had a whole lot of fun with me, and also just contributed and gave, of course, their great opinions, including Prince, man. Prince with your Eva Marie take, man. I ain't never gonna forget that one. I ain't that one teed me up. That one got me turned. That one was a fun one. That was a good one. Huge shout out to Prince. Chelsea's great. Yeah, Chelsea is definitely great. Great stream as always. Huge shout out to Seafood. It's only great when y'all come on here and voice y'all opinions. And of course, we just have a great time here just talking wrestling and sports. Like, I love when y'all include the sports within the wrestling, because y'all know ball too. So it's also a whole lot of fun when we can go back and forth with ball knowledge. Huge shout out to Circle of Debate as well. I know the boys didn't pop on today, but that's no, like, obviously they don't have to. Like, it's not no, I'm not saying go, I'm not calling nobody out. I'm literally shouting them out. Like, I was like, this is actually a shout out in more ways than one. Huge shout out to Prince. This is awesome, bro. Really appreciate you, brother. Huge shout out to Circle of Debate. Them boys put in some great work. This isn't me, like, just purposely. I just feel to give them the necessary need, to give them the love and generosity that they've always been giving me, because, man, like, they put a whole lot of work into into their platform, into their YouTube channel, and into their social media pages, and you see it on full display, and you see the group, and you see the love and time and effort they put into the work at Circle of Debate, and it's inspiring, man. It's absolutely inspiring. So in saying that, I haven't talked to them yet, but I'm probably gonna text them when I get home from work tomorrow and be like, hey, man, can y'all send me the link to Raw Dog? And it's like, if that's okay, I'm trying to see if I could go on for Raw Dog for at least maybe an hour or so, just to vibe out. I haven't talked to the boys in a minute, because I love those boys, man. From the Notorious Dom, the Devious One, Ivan, Justin, Kayla, the Redeemer. I can't just say Justin ill. The Redeemer, Justin, the Boss, Justin, of course. And of course, Devin the Tribal Chief. You got to give a whole lot of love. Devin the Tribal Chief as well. Not on Circle of Debate, two different platforms, but I got to give a whole lot of love to Devin the Tribal Chief too. Huge supporter as well. Me and Devin was rocking with them when it was Clark Street. They were in Clark Street Wrestling. And then, of course, he went Devin the Tribal Chief and just absolutely took off. And it's been a man on a mission. So Circle of Debate, talk about putting out great content. They are the people to go to every single day. And in terms of just wrestling, WWE, TNA, Devin the Tribal Chief is your go-to for that as well. They're just guys, some great brothers that put out some great content. And I feel like I'd just be bogus if I didn't shout those boys out. Even if we don't talk, even if we don't see them from time to time, I could go months when I hear from them boys. At the end of the day, they're gonna get a shout out at the end of the heel turn. That's just what we do. It's just a whole lot of love, because, like I said, we talked to them from the beginning. They were our friends from the very, 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 very beginning when we first started this whole thing. So, like 4 or 5 years ago. So, just got to give those boys a whole lot of love and a huge shout out. And so, and like I said, I don't have that consistent schedule that they do. So, at least while I'm in and out, get you some consistency over there, and have fun with the boys over there as well. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you're watching on Twitch, if you're watching on Facebook, thank you guys so much as well. Definitely appreciate you. Hit that subscribe button, like and share. And thank you guys so much for tuning into the Heel Turn Podcast. I'll see you guys next time.